So popular opinion suggests that social justice warrior types spend all year seeking out boogeymen to scare their children and to help promote their oh-so-progressive PC perception of the way things should be. But as the nights draw in, and with Halloween almost upon us, pretty much everyone is open to seeking out stories about boogeymen and the fate that awaits those of us who wander out too far into the darkness. So this Halloween, my fellow YouTubers, I invite you to, just for one night, seek a truce with your ideological opponents, step away from your Twitter, and instead seek out a bit of a lost classic that, in my humble subjective opinion, has something to offer everyone invested in the culture wars, no matter what their opinion may be on the rights and wrongs of wearing sombreros to fancy dress parties. For those of you old enough to remember, 1995 was a more than above average year at the movies. But if, like me, you somehow missed the 165th best film of that year according to IMDb, I humbly recommend that you find yourself a copy this spooky season and enjoy a dark comedic tale of judgment, bloodshed and comeuppance. In truth, it's more of a laid-back hungover afternoon the day after the main event type of movie, and it's not without its flaws. But if you trust me, I think you'll agree that it has more than a little something to say to anyone with a stake in our present day culture wars. The Last Supper tells the tale of 5 smug postgraduate left-leaning liberals who in their pre-internet era had to gather round the dinner table to postulate their progressive views and pass judgment on the world. If you can imagine a dinner party hosted by Lena Dunham, Sean King and Graham Linehan, then you'll get the idea. After a fateful and fatal encounter with the 1990s equivalent of a stereotypical Trump supporter, brilliantly played by Bill Paxton, they stumble upon the idea of turning their rhetoric into action, and inspired by that old philosophical chestnut about what you would do if you met a young Adolf Hitler, proceed to pass final judgment on a series of specially selected, conservative-minded dinner guests with intolerant views about a smorgasbord of hot-button issues. If they can't win them round to their more progressive way of thinking, which of course they never quite can, they do what they feel is best for humanity and fill their cup from the wine decanter specially reserved for such Nazi-punching occasions. Can't really say much more without spoiling the fun if you haven't already seen it, apart from to say that Ron Perlman steals the show in the final act as a larger-than-life right-wing provocateur. Apparently, he was modelled on talk radio host Rush Limbaugh, but I suspect that if it were remade today, a certain flamboyant and fabulous internet supervillain would probably be the cultural benchmark of choice. It's far from perfect and drags a bit in the middle, but trust me, it has plenty going for it, including a strong supporting cast, a racking soundtrack, and a couple of unexpected twists and turns. And most significantly, I think it has a strong message for millennials in this modern age of self-censorship, intolerance, and Nazi punching. It's a savage satire about karma that doesn't take sides, and whose real target is really anyone on any side who believes their opinions are so correct that those who disagree with them should simply be silenced. Anyway, that's my movie tip for this Halloween season. Check it out, let me know what you think, and be sure to check back to this channel on All Hallows Eve for a very special supernatural something. That's if you're not busy trick-or-treating in your sombrero, of course.
I'm your boogeyman, that's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. It's never too soon to wanna please you, to wanna keep you, to wanna do it all for you. I wanna be your rubber ball. I wanna be the one you love most of all. Oh yeah. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want.
Can't you see it too? There's an elephant in the room.